Monokumas and the Paris Paper Planes. What are you expecting from this game, Angel?
It should be a pretty good one. You know,
Oh, hello.
oh wow, it's gonna repeat the audio on it. Okay, anyways, there we go. Fix that. So it should be a pretty good one. We got some big powerhouses in this game. We have, Eatmeister's team, the Paris Paper Planes, who have Cold Beer and Cello Guy. It seems like Urpel is going to be gone tonight, so they do have Corey as a ringer in. And then the side of the Monokumas have, Whalefish, Bunny, that duo, as well as Typhoon. And then, some powerful supports in Wither and Emerald, just very solid players as well.
I'm really excited to see the duel between Typhoon and Coldbeer to see who can pop off more. Both are very good players who have these huge highlight plays. Hoping we get to see some big plays today from either or both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm expecting a really fun one between the two of these guys.
Yeah.
Also, Whalefish and Bunny recently got traded off of right after getting drafted to the Monokumas from the Washington Overwatch team they were on.
They were on Corey's team, Washington Overwatch team. So he's going against the people that he just traded. He's ringing.
Oh, he's ringing. Yeah.
He's gonna fight him. So maybe Bunny and Whalefish are gonna get some revenge on Corey for dropping
motivated.
them. Yeah.
You expecting any bags from him?
Oh, of course. Probably not actually, but I hope we get some bags.
I'll tell you, if I was playing against Corey, I would do at least one bag, but like kind of in a gentleman way. Just be like a friendly bag.
Yeah. Just a casual bag or two.
Yeah, just maybe. Looks like we're still waiting on Corey. I don't know what's taking him so long.
Hey, someone invite Corey. Surely they'll get in here.
It appears I do not have Corey added on this account, so I can't even invite him.
Yeah.
So we're expecting Corey to play the tank, it looks like. I believe that Eatmeister will swap to DPS, and then Base God, who currently is in the DPS slot, will drop to the bench. At least for the first map, that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah,
right now, based on the way the lineups are sitting right now, it looks like Nash is in the tank spot, and then Whalefish and Typhoon are DPS. You have any comps you're predicting from these teams? Anything you're expecting to see, at least to start off with?
I haven't seen much of this. Like, I think I watched the Paris Paper Plane Scrim, and I only watched one map, which it was on Havana, so, that has a completely different, meta on that map almost.
Yeah, that's true.
And then,
especially big double sniper map. Cold Beer probably popped off that map, I'm sure. I watched the Monokumas scrim, I believe it was last night. It is very interesting with the Monokumas because they don't have a dedicated tank player. They have a lot of players that can play tank, but there is no tank main per se on their team. Corey is known for his Orisa. He reached Masters on Orisa only. Typhoon has a ball and a Winston that I'm sure he can pull out at any time. Nash, in this scrim, he played a good chunk of Diva. So maybe we see some Diva out of him. Diva's not the most meta pick right now, but he seemed to be doing pretty good on the Diva.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping I get to see some of that Whalefish horse. The fabled Orisa. Especially the Rhine comps coming out. I think Orisa isn't as good as she used to be, but I think you still probably could run Orisa against Orion. It might work, especially if you're very comfortable in the Orisa. Maybe that's a good move for them to make. But we'll see against Corey's. I don't know what Corey's gonna run. He could run anything here.
Yeah, Corey's a very flexible player, so
yeah. Starting on Oasis, I'm sure we get to see some Winston from him. Maybe some Ryan on University.
Yeah.
Looks like they're getting ready to go into. Corey's been added. Corey's Yeet's on the bench. They're running Base God on DPS.
I like this. We get to finally see the Base God XDDDD.
Have you seen any Base God? You got any scouting info on him?
I've only watched the support, and it looked pretty good, actually.
Okay.
So I haven't seen the DPS at all, so...
A very interesting thing is especially the way SRs are now. I think Base God on the sheet is the lowest SR, but a lot of times that's not indicative of the play. SR isn't always tell the main story. Yeah, we'll see if Base God think I did actually watch that. I remember watching him play Baptiste on Havana, so I think I might have been there when you were watching that.
Yeah, I that was probably it. But we should be going in soon. We're waiting on the pairs paper planes. The Monokumas are ready, so
Yeah,
everyone
I'm sure
go
they're making some
flame
last minute
them.
adjustments now that yeah, they're taking a long time.
So what's your favorite Mercy skin?
Favorite? That's a great question. What I've been rocking a lot of is the 2019 Atlantic Division Mercy skin.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a solid one. Personally, I know this might be a hot take, but I really like Mercy's Dragoon skin. It's really ugly, but I also really like it.
You know what the funny thing is? So
Yeah.
the Mercy thing.
What do you mean? The dating sim?
No. Sorry, the Atlantic skin, right? It's actually known in the
Oh, yeah.
Mercy TikTok, I don't know, bronze community as the Mercies that are evil. And they'll always Glock and try to Glock the other Mercy.
Good. Nice.
So,
I'm not very big on the TikTok, but I know there is a very large Overwatch community on TikTok, so I'm trying to think of any other Mercy skins.
Mage is a good one, Witch is good
the Witch
on.
and the White Witch are both very good. I don't play very much Mercy, so I can't remember very many off the top of my head.
Oh, both teams are R. We can finally
Both
end this
teams are
stupid
R.
conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
17 minutes in.
Going in. Surely I don't keep hearing
I hope we get
go.
to see some Uni. I wanna start off on Uni. See some Rhine.
I don't like Reinhardt. Reinhardt's dumb.
This is not Uni.
This is better than Uni.
Yeah, Corey's probably gonna roll out on the ball. I think that Cold Beer. This isn't a great Widow map, so a couple of hit scans he can pull out here, but I'm sure he'll play some good hit scan.
And I don't necessarily care about viewing experience, so people are going to have to deal with my green and gold colors. Have fun.
Typhoon on the Pharah, Mercy, bunny on Mercy makes a lot of sense.
Cold Beer,
Whalefish in the scrim. Whalefish played a lot of Sojourn and played really good on it.
Yeah.
So maybe he leans into that. I know his like best / most comfortable is the Hanzo.
It was, but in Overwatch 2 he started playing a lot of Sojourn, and almost a Sojourn specialist now. But we'll have to see how it goes. Starting this,
Junker Queen.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of Junker Queen comp, which I love to see. A little bit of a less played hero, but definitely has a place in the meta. I think it's really good into the Winston comps, but I'm not sure when they have a Pharmacy.
Yeah, the CC I'm sure will be good on. They're running base god on the Soldier, so we'll see if he's able to shut down Typhoon. Tall order for anyone to shut down Typhoon, but base god, I'm sure he can do it. The god himself. Nash Browns falls to Cold Beer early in the fight. It's going to be really tough to push him without this Winston. They can probably do some poke here, but we'll see if they're able to find anything else with this. Corey's running around the back trying to get a flank angle. Withering forced to use the nade, and then base god does find Typhoon, the god himself. Now they've trapped all of the Monokumas in the small room. Nade comes out, hits Bunny, and then now it looks like they're just cleaning up this fight here. Everyone's starting to reset. Nash Brown swaps on the ball to stall, but I think that's going to be too little too late. They're going to have to reset here.
Yeah, they've already given point at this point, so not really anything else to kind of contest it. They just want to reset. Coming into this fight, no one really has many ults besides Cold Beer, so he's going to be looking for an early pulse bomb most likely. But as I said, the Junker Queen's actually pretty good in the Winston. They instantly just played to counter dive and eventually killed him, which ended up winning that fight. So they're playing it correctly.
Nash Brown slams in on the ball. He's kind of by himself right now. Now Whalefish starting to come in on the Soldier and getting a really good angle on the back line here. Typhoon also is on top of the point. Pulse does find Wither in, which is a very early pick. And then now immediately the Monokumas fall down. Probably just gonna have to reset here. Typhoon's gotten died twice, I believe, and kind of impressive considering he's known for his Pharah play, and especially with just really the Soldier and the Ana that can even hit the Pharah. It's pretty good that they're still able to shut him down.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive because it seems like it's mostly Cold Beer that's dealing with him right now, as well as Cello Guy. Cold Beer is trying to kill the backline and then provide a little bit of pressure, and Cello Guy's just pumping shots into him.
Yeah, with the nano coming up, we'll see how they use it. Corey also is coming up with his Rampage. So we'll see if they're able to get some early picks with these ults coming up. Nash rolls in, gets knifed immediately. One of the bad things about playing the ball with this. Barrage comes in, so does the overclock. Finds one with Corey. Looks like Cold Beer falls really low, gets naded. Cello Guy falls to Typhoon. And then now Typhoon kills 2 in the back. So it looks like they're going to be able to clean up this fight pretty easily to retake the point and force another fight at least.
Yeah, Typhoon got the barrage, you know, maybe didn't do so much prior to that, but once he got the barrage, you know, he secured, I believe, 2 kills with that. Then, you know, got some stagger kills, so great play to them.
It's a lot easier to play here on the defense here. You're spamming into those chicks, maybe farm another ult. Nano's coming up too to keep him up.
Yeah, Nash Bronze has made the swap over to the Junker Queen, looking to mirror him instead of, you know, just letting Corey kind of just do whatever he wants.
A lot of ults coming out. The Nano comes onto Typhoon. The Nano and the Visor comes out onto Base God. We'll see if he's able to find anything with it. Nash Bronze does fall early, as does Wither, and Coldbeer's in the backline wreaking havoc. Whalefish does find Base God with a Disruptor shot. And then the Rampage comes out onto Whalefish. Looks like he does find the Punish. And then Bunny and Typhoon are the only ones alive, so I don't think they'll be able to come out with this, but we'll see. Typhoon does find Cello Guy, but does not touch the point. So the Garden ends with a whimper.
Yeah, it was an interesting way to say that. Didn't really make that much sense, but you know, we chill with it.
I thought that he was gonna pop off in the back line. He killed one. And I was like, oh, he's gonna have this big play, and then he just didn't touch it.
Yeah,
a little anticlimactic.
Kind
Nash
of
onto the
unfortunate
D.Va. Nash does have a pretty good D.Va, so we'll see if he gets value on this map too with it.
Yeah, when he had played the Imp, so that was his first season joining the league, he did mostly play a lot of D.Va as well as Zarya. Those were definitely his 2 best tanks. And then, of course, Sigma he liked for the Shanghai comp, but I believe D.Va, you know, was his most comfortable, but we do see Corey opting to mirror the D.Va, so, you know, both of them agreeing that D.Va's a pretty good choice here, as well as playing into the Pharah, you definitely want to have a D.Va.
Yeah, we'll see if Corey can still wreak some havoc in the backline now that they swap off the Ana onto the Kiriko, a slightly more mobile support line. We'll see if he's still able to get value, even if it's not against the Ana. Currently just poking going on right now. Nash Brown hits the high ground after trying to take it back from the Paris Paper Plains. But then the backline gets dove. Whalefish does fall to a Base God, who's actually getting a lot of work done these maps. Typhoon gets purpled and 1 health. Let's see if they punish him. They do. Corey does find Typhoon. Bunny's going to die here too, and then they are not touching the point, but they win the fight.
Yeah, just some late staggers coming through here. They should cap it here now, but yeah, they should be able to stagger out Nash's mech, which, you know, that's a huge stagger right there. Nash either has to jump off the map or go back and spawn and swap. It looks like he's going to stay. This could, you know, spell quite a bit of like downtime. Typhoon swaps over to the Genji off the Pharah. Okay, so Nash does jump off.
There he goes.
A little bit late. Probably someone called for him to jump off, and you know he just took a while to do it. But now you're kind of looking to pocket Whalefish.
Better against the Soldier. The Soldier has been putting a lot of pressure onto the Pharah, even if he hasn't been getting a lot of the picks. So Typhoon on the Genji, I think, is a good swap to maybe try to pressure out this Ana and maybe also the Soldier.
Nice shot coming in from Wither.
Let's see if they can actually do something with this. Base God is kind of by himself right here. Maybe he'll get punished for it. Big peel coming out from Corey to keep him alive. He's still incredibly low. Suzu forced out. Typhoon does find Cello Guy, which is a big pick, and then now he's going to go onto the Soldier too. And it looks like the Monokumas are going to be able to clean up this fight here. Coldbeer does come back late, but it is currently a 3v5, so I don't think they'll be able to come out on top of this. Corey forced to use the bomb. Let's see if it finds anyone. It does not. He does get a fresh mech, though, so maybe he's able to reset, get some more point charge. At this point, they're just trying to stall out the point, just try to get more ult charge. Neslo does die here. I think that they're probably just going to be able to punish Coldbeer all by himself, but it's still going on. Corey touches, and now Base God's coming back, too.
Yeah.
Even if they don't win this fight, they've gotten quite a bit of ult charge from it.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot of stall coming from it. This is one of the worst parts about this map, is it's super, super easy to stall, but Blade has to come in. And it's beat it
Ult's coming out from both teams, yeah. You're also full.
Oh, huge bomb from Nash.
Big bomb from Nash. They did also force out not only the time, they also forced out 3 ults from the Monokumas, which you're definitely going to take even if you lose this fight. And they're still going. I think this fight started at 40% and it's already almost at 90.
Another ult.
Another ult forced out. Even if they lose this fight and it's 99-0, they're gonna come in with like 1 ult versus 5. It's still going. Now they have all 5 backs. They might actually be able to make something with this. Base God going up with the Nano Visor after they pick Wither in. Big pick to get. Pulse misses, but he does still get Nano Visor, so we'll see if he's able to... He gets Nash out of the mech, and now Whalefish and Bunny are up on top. And so Whalefish on the Sojourn pops the overclock, gets immediately flown at by the Corian Diva, and he does get punished with the nade. Just 2v5 now. Somehow they managed to turn a unwinnable stalling point into what looks to be a fight win. Typhoon is still alive. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to last much longer with the nade coming out onto him. And he doesn't fall. Witherin force the Suzu, force the TP. Nash is back on the ball. Looks like he's just going for it for stall right now. The Valk's forced out, but it looks like with some good target focus, they should be able to clean up this. The Paper Planes should be able to clean up this map. Now 4 is back for the Monokumas, so maybe they are actually able to come back and have a fight. As I say that, Nash dies and they don't touch.
Yeah, that was a really long, drawn-out fight. Like, as I was saying, this map, it's very, very easy to stall. You can easily see 40+% stalls. And if your target focus isn't good enough on the attack, you can, like, just basically never take it over. They use 4 ults and still they cannot clean it up. The side of the Paris Paper Planes get their respawn back, and then from there they just, come back and win the fight. So, excellent play from them.
I expected the stall coming in. I didn't expect them to stall to win the fight.
Yeah.
Them winning the fight. I guess there wasn't good target focus on the Monokumas, and they were just able to survive long enough to get enough back in spawns. And then they had a lot of ults coming up after they forced the Monokumas to use, I think it was like 3 or 4 ults in that fight.
Yeah, it was 4 ults. It was like Blade, Kiriko Rush.
They used bomb at one point.
Something else that I can't remember.
Nash found 2 with the bomb. I thought they were going to win the fight after Nash hit that bomb, and it just kept going.
Yeah, but Cold Beer absolutely going crazy on the Tracer, but we are going to send us into a map break, and we will be back at the start of next round.
You.
right, going into the second map, we have a Numbani pick with a couple swaps coming out in terms of the lineup. The Monokumas have put Typhoon in, appears to be the main position, along with taking Bunny out for Amiro. So they're running Amiro Witherin on the support line. Typhoon on the tank makes me think that they're either going to run a ball comp or a Winston comp, which, again, with Numbani is kind of expected. We'll see if that actually like helps them out. It probably will be a little bit better, especially because the map favors this dive comp. But Quarry, Cold Beer are also very good, so we'll see if they can do good against this dive that's going to come out from the Monokumas.
Typhoon is rolling out on the D.Va, so
D.Va.
Not something we necessarily always see. Maybe just opting that it's a better pick than the Winston. Although, personally, I think Winston has a better place in the meta, but they could be like, what I think is, like, you'd be worried about, like, an Echo or, like, something like that. But if you see Cold Beer and Base God, I don't think you're expecting either of those heroes.
Yeah. I think that part of the reason for that is that they're running the double flex support, so maybe it's more for Peel. Like, they're not running a Lucio or a Mercy who can, like, kind of be pretty mobile. The Kiriko does have the teleport, but it is pretty easy to punish once that comes out. So maybe that's what the D.Va's for, is to try to just help Peel for the supports.
Yeah, interesting strategy overall. And the side of the paper planes are going with the Winston Tracer Soldier die, which I definitely like this a little bit more, I want to say. I really like the Winston right now, especially on a very vertical mobile map like this. But we'll have to see. Typhoon obviously can burst the monkey pretty easily if Quarry does make a mistake.
Do you trade Quarry for Nash? That's a pretty good pick for the Monokumas. You take that trade. They do have the Tracer that can kind of force point, but without the monkey, you really have lost the teeth on your attack here. Purple does come out onto Cold Beer, but he does have the recall, so he does get back forced into the fight. Typhoon and Whalefish do fall very low. Quarry's starting to come back here. So we'll see if they can stabilize before starting this next fight here. Cold Beer still pressuring the point. Pulse Bomb coming up. He does get purple. He doesn't have recall for this either. Typhoon does actually get purple too. As I say that, Nash Browns finds Base God. Typhoon also finds Quarry, so it looks like the Monokumas are going to be able to come out on top for this fight. Nash Browns falls late, but it looks like they're still going to be able to hold on here.
Yeah, Cold Beer looks like he's going to be getting out, but maybe just going to be trying to potentially go for a spawn camp on, like, Nash. Nash did get killed late, so I think that might be, like, the best play you could do. Just kill Nash, and then, get him into this fight, 5v4. But, ults going into this fight, there's not really that much on their side. They have, this Pulse Bomb and Nano coming up. But, the ults are kind of mirrored on the side of the Monokumas.
If I'm the paper planes right now, I would just kind of do a dry fight here. The Nano Blade is probably going to come out. You just probably take the loss on that one and just come back to the next fight with ult here. We'll see if they manage to actually do something with the Pulse Bomb and the Nano, but I would just probably wait here. Nano does miss in the backline, but he is pressuring 2 in the backline with Witherin and Nash Browns in the tiny mini room. Quarry does jump onto Amiro after getting Nano. She does get slept by Amiro. Meanwhile, the Blade comes out, does find Cold Beer, and they manage to collapse on a Neslo here with Nash Brown's updated flash grenade with the big old bomb. Primal onto the backline, onto both the supports. We'll see if he's able to get them. No, it looks like they're both able to survive here. He does use the Primal and is probably going to get punished here. He is pretty deep right now. He's still trying to he's trying to spawn camp Amiro right now, but it looks like they're just going to be able to collapse and punish him here.
Yeah, that was a really good fight for the side of the Monokumas. There's no way Quarry actually gets that. Oh, he jumps into a lamppost!
No he missed his jump. The Mega's right there too, but I think he's going to die here. Yeah. Big stagger. You take that if you're the Monokumas.
Yeah, and also you only use Nano that fight or only Blade that fight to win it, whereas the side of the Paris Paper Planes use Primal and Nano, so definitely a better ult trade. And also, Whalefish is already halfway farmed to his next Blade. He might have it by the time the next engage comes through.
Or he does swap on to Doomfist, which I think if you want to make a swap here, going to the Monkey to the Doomfist isn't that bad of a swap. Base God does die really early there. They're not going to be able to engage until they get him back. Probably just take a reset here. The Kitsune Rush is coming up soon, but I think what's going to happen is the Monokumas are just going to use their ults really early and just be able to reset them and then make it into a stagger fight for the last fight here. So we'll see how early they decide to use their ults. Neslo is on a flank right now. Oh. Cold Beer gets punished by Nash. Nash actually putting a lot of work in on this McCree right, or sorry, the Cassidy right now.
Yeah, not something he's known for. And Whale gets another kill, and he'll have to. Oh, another one. They won
They
this
have to die
fight.
fast.
Only
Die fast,
20
reset
seconds.
here.
And look at the side of the Monokumas have all 5 ults.
They have all 5. They didn't even use a single ult. Nash got the early pick, and then the paper planes just kind of fell over there.
Yeah, the side of the Paris Paper Planes only has Soldier ult and Nano and Kiriko coming in, so they're gonna have to get so much value at this. But
If they're able to
just
stall
ult
here,
dump.
maybe Cello Guy built another Nano too.
That's true.
Nano Blade comes out, Kitsune Rush comes out, the Visor comes out from Base God, but gets killed immediately. Punched out of the High Noon, but it looks like that's going to be all she wrote for the defense here for the Monokumas. They look like they're able to come out on top.
Yeah, and that's a full
Very
hold, very
clean.
dominant too. You know, maybe we were questioning the diva, like, you know, why not the monkey? But definitely this counter dive style is working very well for them. You know, shout out to Nuttier. Nuttier's been saying that Numbani literally is only full holds. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I just got added by Nuttier saying Numbani full hold fear holds true. Yep. Literally, like, this map is always full holds.
That was way more dominant than the first map. I did not expect that from just a couple of swaps coming out from the Monokumas, and it has become much more dominant in their favor. But if it is, as Nadir says, the map of full holds, we'll see if they're able to tie this map too. I love ties in Overwatch 2, especially now that 2CP's out. So we'll see if they can full hold here too and manage a tie.
Yeah.
It's now become unwinnable on this map for the Paper Planes.
Yeah, they're gonna have to definitely look for some. Oh my goodness, we got Base God XDDD on the Pharah. Definitely something I did not expect to see. You know, it wasn't on my bingo card personally, but you know, I'm happy to see it. I want to see
This is a really fun comp coming out from the Paper Planes, but it's really dependent on comms. So we'll see if the comm structure's there. Corey needs to be able to follow up on some low health HP targets, Cold by Cold Beer or Base God. Also, they need to be able to pill Neslo, especially with the Tracer, the Genji, the Echo, are all going to look to pressure Neslo here, so we'll see if he's able to communicate the peel.
Yeah, Nash is definitely going to have to be focusing on this Pharah. He's kind of like the main threat besides the Diva that, you know, is going to be on him, but Echo is quite a good hero, especially into the Pharah, so we'll have to see what happens with this.
Yeah, they see the Pharah now. They have now scouted that Amira's in the backline, so let's see if they actually are able to pressure that. Typhoon is pressuring point, but he gets really low. He might get punished here. Like he is able to get out.
Yeah, Corey can't really engage if they just keep forcing point, because, you know, someone needs to touch.
Yeah. Unless maybe you have a Cold Beer touching on the Tracer, you can be able to get back into the fight. Nash Brown's falls really low, as does Cello Guy. Cello Guy might fall here. He's 1 HP. Nash Brown's, we gotta watch a replay of that. But I guess that's a trade, technically. Whalefish does find Neslo in the backline, and now without any supports, the Paper Planes are going to need some hero plays coming out from Cold Beer and Corey. It is a 2v3. Cold Beer does die. Corey has to stay on point here, especially with only 1 tick left to give. He is managing to stay alive. He gets slept here and is likely going to fall. Yes, he does. I don't think they have anyone else they can touch, so that looks like this map's going to be taken by the Monokumas.
Yeah, that was one of the most dominant maps I think we've ever seen in Aurora. I think the only person to die in the side of the Monokumas was Nash. I could be very mistaken at that, but
there were a couple.
Okay, there were a couple, but not
on
many
the
deaths.
defense. On the defense, I think he might have been the only one, but like on the map,
yeah,
on their attack, a couple people died.
Okay. Oh yeah, see, Emera dies here. Yeah, but either way, very, very dominant showing coming out from the Monokumas, and yeah, they tapped the series 1-1. Yeah, some people thought that this series might have been a roll, but you know, we got a match here.
Yeah, definitely making it interesting.
Well, anyways, we're gonna head to another map break. We will come back when the next round starts.
blowback from the Monokumas. What?
The blowback? Excuse me?
The
The blow?
what's the word
blowout?
I'm thinking of? No, I'm thinking of like you trade punches. It's like a blowback, right?
I don't
No,
think,
is that not the right word?
I don't think it's called the blowback. Um,
They just
Slugfest? I don't know. Like,
no. I'm thinking of like a counter punch, I guess. That's accurate, right? The counter punch from the Monokumas.
the revenge round? I
Tied
don't know.
1-1.
Whatever. You know, they've
Go on
fought
to
back.
Havana. Yeah. We go on to Havana, which I think everyone knew was coming a mile away. When you have Cold Beer on your team, he's gonna play the Widow.
Yeah.
Probably one of the, if not the best Widow map in the game. So it's not very much of a surprise. They do put Nash back onto the tank. Looks like he's gonna play Sigma, so maybe use that shield to, because I think the Monokumas know that they're gonna run the Widow here. Probably double sniper. They could probably predict that. So the shield maybe to block out the sight lines. And then I guess they have kind of a poke comp. Typhoon's gonna kind of struggle here because they're gonna. The rest of the team wants to play pretty far back, and Typhoon needs to be up in their face. So they're rolling out a counter, or not a counter, a Sigma from both sides here, along with the double sniper. Flex support coming out, double flex support coming out from the Pet Rocks too. Not the Pet Rocks, the Paper Planes. That's gonna take me a while. Corey pushes Nash back. Nash gives some space, waiting for his cooldowns to come back, and is likely trying to re-engage onto Corey here. Whalefish managing to pepper Corey down. Rock comes out. Typhoon's in the backline onto Yeetmeister. He does find the pick on a Yeetmeister. Coldbeer out in the open here. Let's see if he's able to get either value against Typhoon, or if Typhoon's able to collapse onto Coldbeer and punish. Typhoon does get punished by Cello Guy here. And Coldbeer takes this really good angle on this high ground here. We'll see if he gets any more aggressive with these angles here. He is playing pretty far back right now. He is looking for a flank on the backline. It takes the high ground against Nash here. Sigma is just facing each other right now, looking at each other menacingly, throwing rocks and putting their shield out occasionally. Coldbeer does find Whalefish, a huge pick onto Whalefish, and now Coldbeer finds Nash Browns.
Oh my goodness.
We knew this was coming.
Yeah.
The second point's not as good for the Widow, so we'll see if he's able to keep up his momentum here. But two big picks coming out from Coldbeer on this Widow here.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of wondering how much I should just leave the POV on Coldbeer, cause
Just
yeah.
Corey's coming up with this Gravitic Flux here, so we'll see if he's able to do anything with this.
Okay, as soon as I swap off Coldbeer,
Unlucky.
Typhoon is diving him though, so potentially gets a kill here. Peel comes through though.
Gets rocked out of his Gravitic Flux. Coldbeer is coming up close to his Infrasight. This Nano and a Cello Guy thinks that we would do. Whalefish finds Coldbeer, huge pick coming out. Typhoon does find two in the back line. And yeah, clean up from the Monokumas here.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. They used no ults to win that. Excellent rock coming through from Nash. He does cancel the Gravitic Fox, which, you know, that's all you can ask from your Sigma, you know, just hit that rock. Perfect play from him. But, you know, coming to this fight, they have 5 ults coming in up the side of the Monokumas, whereas the side of the Paper Planes only have 3 coming in, or 2 coming in, and maybe they build Kiriko, but sights come out early from Coldbeer.
Yeah, with Coldbeer, just find a pick and you win the fight. We'll see if he's able to get any good angles on. Right now he's kind of just pushing the card. The Flux comes out from Nash, does find Yeetmeister. He does get kept alive by a great time Suzu. Nano Blade comes out, TP out from the Kiriko, and then Typhoon still managed to find 3 with that blade. And you just take that if you're the Paper Planes. 3 ults for 1. I think you take that trade any day.
Yeah, you know, they kind of even the ult economy now, you know. I said the side that Monokumas won their last fight with 0 ults, but, you know, using 3 ults there, you know, they kind of evened it. The side of Monokumas now has Sojourn ult as well as Mercy. And, you know, the side of the Paper Planes should be building up this Kiriko ult this fight, and then they have Nano set up already.
Coldbeer swapping onto the Sojourn, which does make a lot of sense here. We'll see if the duo of Whalefish and Bunny onto this pocketed Overclock is able to get value here. I'm sure it will. Shield put directly in the face. Coldbeer gets nanoed here. Let's see if the Sojourn battle, who will manage to win that. Whalefish finds Yeetmeister. Typhoon falls to Yeetmeister before he manages to die. And it looks like they're trading right now. Corey is very deep into the backline of the Monokumas right now. Well, looks like they're starting to push back here, but they are getting some good push here from Cello Guy on the cart right here. This is going to have to be a big Kitsune rush here to win the fight. Let's see if he's able to get value with us.
Oh, huge flux from Corey.
Finds 3. They're all so low, but they don't really have anyone that can follow up, so it looks like they're just going to get healed up.
Typhoon does fall, though.
Typhoon, that's a really big pick. High Noon coming out from the Yeetmeister, and he does not find anyone with it. Withering falls really low. It does get punished by Base God. Willfish finds Yeetmeister here while Nash gets nanoed. Nash with the nano. Let's see if he's able to get work done, especially on the back line. Cello Guy falls really low, but then gets slept. The peel is there, and it looks like they're going to be able to collapse on a Nash, Brown, and Bunny here, who are very deep in the back line. Typhoon comes back while Nash gets this Gravitic Flux.
Oh, the rock!
Rocked out! Corey Sigma. Corey is just inside of the enemy team. Cold Beer with this overclock. Most of it gets eaten by Nash, but it looks like Nash is going to fall here.
Oh.
Cold Beer finds 2. Bunny is trying so hard. Bunny gets out. There's no way. Bunny was so deep.
Yeah, it turns out Cold Beer has just name. Oh, wait.
Where are you going, Witherin?
Wait, they're committing. Oh, that anti didn't come through.
Lux finds Typhoon. Typhoon's going to fall here, I'm sure. Bunny uses Flux here. Bunny should be able to get out here. Nash gets purpled, but it looks like he's going to have some peel there. Bunny goes for the res and gets punished for it. Nash is by himself on the point here. Kitsune Rush forced. Looks like they just want to clean up this fight, get point 2. And that's what's going to happen. The Paris, not the Monokuma's back up here. And then now I can't imagine that Cold Beer stealing the Sojourn. He's got to swap to this Widow here.
Yeah, definitely.
Typhoon finds Cello Guy, but it doesn't really matter that much. They're just going to reset and get really close spawns here. He does immediately swap back to the Widow there.
Yeah, that was an extremely long, drawn-out fight there. It was like 2.5 minutes in total. You know, just ult trading, res, you know, all that stuff. All that good stuff coming through. But, you know, the Paris Paper Planes eventually went in, and now they're onto the sniper point for Cold Beer.
Good purple to the backline, but they're not going to be able to follow this up. Nano coming out from the Paper Planes, and the Monokumas have the Overclock, and the Nano's coming up very soon, and the Blade. They're probably just going to look to Nano Blade here and just win the fight off that.
Oh.
Dry Blade and Overclock comes out, and they managed to find 3 with that. And it looks like they're just going to clean up this fight.
Yeah.
But no ults were committed from the Paper Planes, so that's another really good trade.
Yeah, the side of the Monokumas just used Blade plus Overclock just to quickly win that fight. You know, you want to get this early hold percentage, now let Cold Beer set up on angles. So now Cold Beer has to push into him, which could make it a little bit more difficult, but, you know, I wouldn't worry too much about Cold Beer. He'll probably get stuff done.
Yeah. Corey's coming up on this Gravitic Flux, and if you Gravitic Flux right in front of Cold Beer, he's probably going to kill at least 2 or 3 from that. Typhoon does find Cello Guy in the back line, which is a really big pick, but it looks like they're not managing to find any other picks from this. Nash just walks into Corey, but he gets Corey gets naded. Heal is there from Base God. Base God just keeping Corey up. Now they have 3 ults. The Flux comes up. The rock was missed, but he still manages to find Corey manages to find 2 in the back line. And then now it looks like they're gonna be able to clean up. Nash uses his ults. Let's see if he gets it canceled. No, he actually lands it this time. Now Cold Beer's set up on this really good angle right here. He should just be able to farm here. He gets picked by Willfish right when I say that. Typhoon is in the back line. Let's see if he's able to get work done. A lot of people on the Paper Planes falling low. Corey does get nanoed. And Nash is falling incredibly low, but there's so many good heals on him. Kitsune Rush comes in, and it looks like they're going to be able to at least push through this checkpoint here. Typhoon does fall low. Everyone falls incredibly low. It looks like, yeah, they're going to be able to find Nash here. And they should be able to at least stall this point. It is going to be really messy, so especially with only the Overclock, maybe the Nano and the Blade, if they get lucky getting built here. But it is not looking good for the Monokumas. Yeetmeister does fall the Typhoon. Typhoon kills Cello Guy too. Witherin does fall to Corey, which is going to be a big pick for the defense, or for the attack. Blade comes out, finds 1. It looks like the Monokuma is able to hold on here. Just Cold Beer alive, and he cannot carry that fight.
Yeah, I feel like the side of the Paper Planes as well as the Monokuma, or especially Paper Planes, could maybe have utilized a little bit of resetting throughout that entire
Yeah.
map. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a total of like 3, maybe 4 fights that occurred. I think it was 4 or 5 actually.
Yeah. They
'Cause,
just keep
like-
going on forever. No one's like actually dying. They just get everyone really low and they just get healed up. Super
Yeah.
messy, super chaotic. And it's
Definitely
early in
not
the
a clean
season, so
map.
that's kind of expected for these new teams here. I'm sure throughout the season they'll get better at target calling. They get better at like target priority and like focusing, like resetting.
Yeah, I also know
So
Urkel's
we'll-
a big
yeah.
commer, so there's a potential with, him being gone and Corey in this, ringer
Yeah.
slot.
Yeah.
Maybe they lose some comm structure there, so definitely interested
Also,
to see
I'm
how
sure
this goes.
Corey's a big flamer. I'm sure he's flaming his team right now.
Totally.
Super toxic.
Colbier
The Torb,
opting for
they're-
the Sojourn
Coming out
to
with the
start with.
Torb.
Yeah, maybe just wanted to counter Typhoon a little bit more, so.
They're really mad at the Monokumas for trading the best Torb in the league, so they're running a Torb just to show them.
Mm-hmm. I see. They're trying to show the power of the Torbjorn.
Yeah. This team should have kept Fedora Meister.
Fedora Meister.
Fedora Master. That's their ship name, Fedora Meister.
Fedora Meister. Woo.
It's like a really similar comp with the exception of the Orb coming in for the McCree. We'll see if Yeetmeister, maybe he's more comfortable on this tour. Personally, I like the McCree a little bit better here, but maybe he just prefers the Torb. See if they manage to clean up these fights. Typhoon's going on the backline. The turret does pressure Typhoon, does get him half health, but Typhoon does find the turret. He's likely going to be able to heal here.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of looking at each other right now. Blank comes in from Wither and does miss the nade onto Corey. Would have been a really big nade if it hit. Turret gets reset in the backline, is able to get a lot of poke onto the backline. Whalefish does find the turret though. Corey is doubling the ult charge of Nash Browns right now on this Flux, so maybe the Flux is going to be what opens this fight up here. Yeetmeister falls to Typhoon, and then Coldbeard does find Typhoon in return. So we'll see. It's still pretty much even. Corey gets naded, and then even with the Mercy, I don't think you're able to look for this res here. So it looks like Coldbeard does find Whalefish, so now it's still even. It's still a 3v3. Let's see if either team's able to prioritize targets. No, the Monokumas come back 5v3 right now. No, they get out 5v4. It looks like they're just going to get pushed here. Corey's not back yet, so there's not really much they can do to create the space here. They're just kind of getting pushed in by Nash Brown here. But now it is another 5v5. They did not have the target focus, and everyone just regrouped. Yeetmeister falls to Whalefish. Typhoon finds Base God, so it looks like the Monokumas are able to come back here. The Overclock coming out from Colbier. Let's see if he's able to get value with this. Corey does fall, so it's going to be very difficult without the Sigma to win this fight here. And Yeetmeister's doing his best to try to stall the point here, but it looks like they're just going to be able to clean up here.
I swear, these teams do not know the definition of, like, stabilizing or, like, finishing a fight.
Yeah.
It is all kind of just fight, W, 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 until someone eventually, loses 5. Which,
Yeah.
by that point, they've already had, like, a whole half a team of respawns come in between the two teams, but...
Like, if you get an early pick, you need to, like, stay back, get your heals, get your cooldowns back, and then you just re-engage on that. Try to just win the 5v4. But they just keep going in, and they're just getting punished for it. Big Flux coming out. It looks like it catches 2 in the backline, but it's going to be very difficult to follow those up. Base God does fall. He must have been low enough before he died. Yeetmeister goes onto the Mei, and Whalefish finds a Cello Guy too, so both supports are down. Typhoon does fall to Yeetmeister. So they are down. The Paper Planes are down 1. They might be able to bring this fight back. No, Corey falls there. Coldbeer's 1 health too, so they have to just reset here. Reset, come back maybe with the Kitsune Rush, but it is going to be very difficult with Nanoblade and Overclock coming out from Monokumas.
Yeah, that was a really good fight for the side of the Monokumas. They win that fight with just Flux, I believe, where the side of the Paper Planes also mirrored that Flux, so great job from them. And they have Nanoblade.
Pick here. The Blade comes out, finds Cello Guy, finds 3, finds 4. Is he going to get a 5k? Let him get the 5k. Let him get the 5k.
Can't find this Sigma, okay. Oh, Nash
he got
deals.
Nash! Nash is so toxic.
Yeah. But, this is an
I don't
absolute
know.
roll. 5-minute time bank coming into this
Yeah.
point.
And they also just need to cap 3rd. It's not even going to be forced overtime if they cap 3rd.
Yeah.
The Mei is a very interesting pick. Maybe they're looking for a wall into Nash Browns to try to punish him. Maybe they're looking for the freeze on the Typhoon on the Genji. Very interesting to say the least. But yeah, no ults coming out on the defense. Coldbeer does find Typhoon. Sometimes a good Widow is all you need to win a fight.
Yeah.
Corey does push in, try to push the influence. Nash gets walled off here, misses the rock though. But it looks like he has the peel there. He's coming up with the Flux soon, so maybe he's able to stabilize and maybe look for a Flux maybe on the Corey or Cello guy here.
Yeah.
And he's looking for a flank on the Whalefish, does not find it. And meanwhile, Coldbeer's just looking for picks here. I think Typhoon's trying to dive him, but the Kiriko and the Widow are very difficult to dive when they're together. And it looks like both of the supports are just peeling Coldbeer here. And Nash is staying alive, does get naded, and falls there. That's the problem, is when you have both of your supports going onto your DPS in the back line, your tank's just going to fall over.
And Typhoon still finds Coldbeer. He does get
Coldbeer
res,
does get
but-
res. That's going to be tough. They might even be able to stagger these kills here. The res might just come back to reset Coldbeer more. He's kind of by himself right now. Corey does come back, so Corey and Coldbeer are together on the flank.
Oh,
Coldbeer finds Witherin. But it looks like they do have the spawns here, so maybe they're going to make this another fight. Nash falls really early. That's a really big pick coming out from Corey. And they should be able to stabilize in this defense for what feels like the first time this entire map.
Yeah, absolute roll coming through here so far, but, you know, Coldbeer's set up on this point. You know, he just gets to play this sniper nest and just land shot after shot, which you know he can do. If Typhoon isn't constantly pressuring him...
Is that a deflect kill?
I couldn't
It
tell.
might
I
have
didn't
been.
hear it, but... Yeah, res comes through, Corey pops this Flux, and should be a fight win. Oh my god, a rock again from Nash!
Rock, yeah. Nash falls incredibly low. Witherin was so close to dying there. Does get walled off. Really big wall from Meister. He should be able to kill Witherin here. Corey gets slept. There's no way he gets out. Okay, he doesn't get out. Yeah, Coldbeer, I think, got 3 again that fight. They do have the blade coming out. I wonder if they just solo blade Coldbeer and then just try to kill a Cello guy with it. If you do that, I think you might be able to win this
Oh my
fight.
god, he doesn't miss.
This guy's cracked.
He's so good.
They just can't even leave spawn now. They're too scared of the Widow.
Yeah.
I think they have to wait for Nash to come back, and Nash has to use this wall to be able to get any sort of space. But the problem is you're committing your barrier onto the... Yeah, there's the barrier to the Widow. You're committing that, so now Corey just gets free spam damage in. Especially because Corey probably is going to be able to build his ult
Oh my
here.
god.
Killed 2 with his blade. Kills 3. Corey just needs to stall this point as long as he can. They might be able to win a recontest here. Base God is coming up on this Kitsune Rush, which might be all they need to win this fight. But it is going to be tough, especially with a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
2 ults coming up too, the Flux and the Overclock. That's going to be tough to compete with.
Corey still has this Flux coming up very soon. But Coldbeer definitely needs some picks in order for them to win this, because Whalefish with a Sojourner with a Flux should be a lot.
Typhoon dies. Corey should be free here just to farm.
Oh, Coldbeer.
Both teams picked 2 picks out. The Kitsune Rush is really big. They should be able to follow up on Nash here, Nash and Witherin. Corey on the flank here. Looks like they're going to punish Witherin, and then Nash is just kind of by himself. They should be able to clean up Nash here. And it's going pretty long, but that's... So 1 minute left. Only really the Valk coming out from the Monokumas. The Flux, the Infrasight, probably also the Mercy ult and the Blizzard coming out. So this is looking very holdable from the Paper Planes here.
Yeah, the Monokumas, they maybe build this Nano Blade, but they probably don't get a good Nano Blade fight in. You know,
Swap on a Monkey, which I kind of like, actually.
yeah, you need something to contest Coldbeer a little bit better, but Flux comes through from Corey. It finds a lot, but are they going to follow up?
Actually get the pick on a Whalefish.
So res forced early, and they're going to be scrambling for this last fight. Yeet will have this Blizzard, Cello guy will have the Mercy ult. Whereas the side of the Monokumas, they'll have like Valk and probably Nano. Nothing else
Nano,
though?
I think, would be really big. They can Nano the Monkey, and Monkey can try to pressure this Widow. That's their win condition, that they need to get a really big Nano here. But we'll
Nash
see. They
already
are,
double forced though.
Yeah. He does jump this Widow here, but Widow's just going to walk back into Swan, and then now Nash is just really out of position with no bubble. Blizzard does come out. Is he going to find Typhoon? Typhoon does fall. The Nash does come on. The Nano does come on to Nash, who does go on to Coldbeer. Coldbeer is going to get out somehow. But Corey found a pick on a Witherin, which is a really big pick. So I think they are now up 2. And the spawns are coming in really favorable to the Paper Planes, and it looks like they're going to be able to clean this fight up.
Yeah, turns out Coldbeer is pretty good at Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coldbeer going sicko mode today.
Yeah, this last point, you know, it's literally just like, it's almost known as Widow's Paradise. It's
Yeah.
so hard to attack into that, you know.
That was
You
like,
got,
what, 5 minutes?
yeah, they had
He
5
was able
minutes
to
left.
constantly kill people.
Typhoon does
Typhoon
get
did
played
his
of the game.
best to shut down the Widow, but
Yeah. He
especially
loses the
with the Mercy
Sigma.
coming out. Yeah, I thought he was staggering him because I knew Corey was low. I thought they were going for like a stagger, but
No, I
now he
just
just
couldn't
didn't know
find
where he
him.
was.
Yeah, but either way, great job from the side of the Paris Paper Planes there. They end up winning in that overtime fight. But we are going to head into another map break.
I can see both their team chats.
Okay, welcome back everyone. We are going to be going into the third map now, which will be, or fourth map now, which will be Coliseo. So far, pretty good series coming in 2-1 for the Paris Paper Plains, but we'll have to see. Coliseo is, kind of a different map, and the side of the Monokumas have made a swap. Whalefish onto this tank roll.
Yeah, he's known for that Orisa. I'm really excited to see his Orisa. I think they're expecting some sort of brawl comp, maybe Corey on the Rhine. I've noticed a lot of Rhine. What is it? I've noticed a lot of Rhine, Junkrat, and May in Aurora so far. So we'll see if maybe they continue that trend. Corey, I'm sure could play the Rhine. Maybe they want to do Whalefish to try to get some brawliness against this Rhine. Let's see what they roll out on.
Yeah, it's gonna be definitely pretty interesting here. Whalefish on the Sarisa, it seems like. Mostly a heroes he plays is that Orisa as well. He does have a Junker Queen in him, so that's another potential.
He's got that
hero.
Junker Queen in him.
Yeah, hashtag got that dog bone emoji. Corey is teasing the Ryan, but we don't want to see Corey on the Ryan. Booney knows, yeah. Booney, you might need to go in his room and beat him up because he is on the Ryan.
On it.
Yeah, you might need to go into his room and beat him up because Corey had his Reinhardt privileges revoked. I believe it was last season or the season before. So interesting
legs again.
Here.
Throw back to map 1. We'll see. I think that Reinhardt right now is better than the Orisa, but we'll see if he's able to crowd control him out of the way. They do use a lot of cooldowns on the Corey. They do get him really low, but it looks like he's going to get the heals up. Whalefish and Nash both falling pretty low here. They do get the Suzu out. They should be able to stabilize here. Corey's shield's getting really low, but he does have the space, so he should be able to just push into them here. Coldbeer does find Wither in a really big pick. They should be able to speed out. Now they should just be able to the Paper Plane should be able to just roll over the backline with this Lucio they have. TP gets forced out, and they already used the Suzu earlier this fight. Typhoon finds one in the backline, but then gets punished for it by Coldbeer. A 4v3, but as we've seen this map, no kills coming after the first pick. Coldbeer finds 2. Coldbeer has 1, and then Corey falls. So an early pick has turned into a 3v3 here. And it looks like Whalefish staying alive. He should just be able to control this space and just push them away. And yeah, they're just going to back up here.
Yeah, the nice thing about the Orisa is it's very, very survivable, where the Brian can kind of get punished once that shield gets broken. But the Orisa gets her cooldowns back so quickly that you can just constantly keep fighting. Which is, kind of perfect for how these fights have been going.
The Speed High Noon coming out does find Typhoon really big pick with the High Noon. Suzu is forced. Nano gets, or not Nano, Nade gets thrown out by Cello Guy, but does find 2. Whalefish gets incredibly low. Let's see if they punish him for it. Yeah, they do. Whalefish does fall here, and it looks like Corey's going to be able to press W and walk into the team. They actually found 2 picks in a fight really close together. There wasn't a 1-minute split in between the first pick and the second.
Yeah,
Corey going very deep here.
Yeah, they should be fine here. Typhoon tries to follow up but doesn't get anything done. But, coming to this fight, the Monokumas have all 5 ults come in. Where, this side of the Paris Pair Plains, they've used that High Noon, so they won't have it for this fight.
Nate comes on a Whalefish. The Suzu gets forced. Nano onto Corey. He is running into their backline. Blade does come out. It looks like he is incredibly low, but he does survive. Withering gets incredibly low, too. He also survives. So Nano, High Noon, and Kitsune Rush forced out. No picks found with it. The Shatter does find 2. It looks like beat force from both teams. Typhoon finds Coldbeer, though, there. And it looks like both teams are able to regroup and stay alive here. It is a 4v5 for the Monokumas. Whalefish uses his ultimate here. Withering finds Base God. Now it's turned into a 3v5, and they should be able to clean this fight up. Neslo is probably going to get punished here. Corey somehow puts a charge on the Nash. And then Corey just falls there, but yeah, I think you actually take that. You got all of the Olds forced actually from the Monokumas. Still have Visor and are about to build another High Noon here.
Yeah, Nash Brothers makes the swap over to the Ashe, looking to get a little bit more of that poke coming through. Maybe we just felt like they're going to punish too much on the Ashe, but Nate comes in from Coldbeer and finds a pick onto Typhoon.
Corey charges in, finds a Miro. He charges a Miro into Whalefish. The High Noon comes out from Coldbeer, does not find anyone, but they do have the picks here, so they should be able to stabilize and just move forward on this. Whalefish also gets picked, so they might be able to clean up this fight and then get the first checkpoint here.
Yeah, that should be the fight. Typhoon probably gets out here. But yeah, going into that, just a little funny thing that happened. I think Corey's might have double-clicked on accident and popped his High Noon instantly. But, that happened. But
Yeah, I noticed it was really short. I thought maybe he was just using it to reload or something. But...
no, he definitely shot it. I think it was a fat finger.
Yeah.
But coming into this, Typhoon should finish up building this blade. But the side of the Paris Pair Planes has this tactical visor plus nano combo.
And they use it. Whalefish tries to eat as much as he can, but it looks like they are going to be able to just run in. And the
huge
shatter coming out with the nano visor just to be able to clean that up. And they find 4 Typhoons still alive, but they do get the pick onto him.
Yeah, so far this map has not been close. This is, so far similar to, the map 2 that went on Numani, but Natron's making the swap over to the Bastion.
Bastion, let's go.
Just
maybe
looking
they're just
for
using
raw
this to get some
damage.
shield break. Maybe
Yeah.
put just some pressure on this Rhine here. Blade's coming out with the Kitsune Rush, so we'll see if they're able to use either or both of those ultimates to try to create an opening in this fight here. Blade comes out, answered by the beat. Suzu forced by the Kiriko on the Monokuma side. Nash is low ground and has a pretty good flank here. Let's see if he's able to find anything with it. He finds one, gets punished, but Whalefish does clean up his kill there. And it looks like everyone is incredibly low this fight. But it looks like the Monokuma is able to clean up that fight. Corey somehow finds a Miro after throwing a fire strike as he's dying.
Typhoon
scrappy
falling
brawl
very
in this
low.
Little tiny Overwatch over here.
Yeah, a little tiny Overwatch going on. Witherin does fall. Nesla trades it out, but Cello gets 2. Very late
Big
picks.
plays
They
by
can
Cello.
recontest in here pretty easily. And yeah, they can't even push it.
They had the close spawn too, so they're able to come back really quickly.
Yeah, I think the side of the Monokumas just needs to reset here, get set up on this high ground position, and just wait for your teammates to get back. Bastion being committed from Nash though.
Corey is right on top of him. Let's see if he is able to clean it up. Nano comes out probably looking for Shatter here. Let's see if he's able to get a Shatter here. Not a shield to block it, so he might be able to get a few with this. Let's see if there's a follow-up with it.
Oh my!
Whalefish! Whalefish with a 5k! Oh my god.
Don't worry guys, I'm glad I missed that.
Masters Orisa player.
Okay,
Who do you think would win in a room? Whalefish on Orisa or Vind on Orisa?
Vind.
Vind.
Coming in
No
here
offense.
though, Corey got very late spawn here. They might get some punishes coming through here. This could be some big staggers, but they're so low. They do end up getting out though.
The heals are there. Oh, Typhoon fights Cold Beer! Or not Cold Beer, Cello guy! Typhoon is really low, but I think he's able to get out here actually. Oh, Teleport comes out to heal for him. Yeah, they're able to stabilize here with the Blade coming out. Let's see if this Blade is able to find picks. With the Visor, it's going to be kind of tough.
Oh!
I think he missed it anyway.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a Ghostbuster going on there,
The
but
message was sent,
yeah, this
and they're able to clean up here.
a little bit of progress coming through. Nearly gets the close spawn, but will not get it in the end. This is going to be a very difficult fight for the side of the Monokumas to win. All they have is coming into it is Genji Blade, but Neslo has the beat to counter, as well as they have a Visor and a High Noon that they can use for after.
I want to see if they're able to get value with the Visor. I want to see them try to counter the Blade with the Visor.
I think
That'd be
you
the
just
ultimate
beat
alpha
for it.
move.
Yeah,
you
but
do. Also, the wrong Bastion player, Nash on the Bastion. Building his
oh,
ult
the
too.
sleep! Oh my goodness.
I knew canceled. Looks like canceled by the Javelin, I think. They are still preventing the, I guess the checkpoint doesn't really matter here. Nash with the Bastion. Let's see if he gets any kills with it. He does not. It looks like they're getting pushed out here. Nash back in his turret form gets everyone really low. The Visor comes out into the... They use Visor and they use Beat. I guess the Blade was already used. They don't need it. Visor finds 2. Base God's actually putting in some work on this soldier right here. Cold Beer cleans up Nash, and I think they're going to be able to clean up this fight here.
Yeah, I think you just gotta, attribute that fight to just the Cello guy, Def. Sleeps the Blade
Cello guy,
coming
yeah.
out from Typhoon so they can save the beat, and then, you just use that beat to counter the Kiriko Rush, and, that's a clean fight win from them.
Or with another Shatter coming out, but we'll see if Whalefish hits another huge Terra Surge. There's no way he gets a 4K with this Terra Surge twice. They gotta know it's coming now.
What? Wait, that's good.
Oh, wait. That was actually pretty good. You got everyone low. But it looks like there's some trades there. Monokumas do have a slight advantage here. Nano comes out onto Corey. He does have the Shatter. There it is.
Oh, there
Got
it is.
two.
Huge
Beat
beat.
comes out to save him. Big beat by Wither in there. Whalefish gets charged. Interesting by Corey. Just force his team to win a 4v4. Base God gets really low. Corey gets really low too. Corey's gonna get punished here. There's no way Corey gets out here.
Yeah, there it is. There.
No way.
There. What?
There's no way.
There's no
Oh
way.
my god.
Corey with 25 HP. The peel coming in from Nesla. He's just chilling behind. There's no way they don't go and get him.
Corey's still incredibly
They
low. But he does
hear
get the
him.
Mega. He is behind the entire team.
There's an absolutely massive flank coming on from Corey. Just dominating his
here's what you do.
space.
You get behind the enemy team and then you surprise them with the High Noon. High Noon from the front line, Ryan from the back line.
Okay. I guess they're just
Typhoon onto the
choosing
Hanzo
to
here.
like mostly ignore Corey. Whalefish get the pick.
No, Typhoon's 1v1ing him. You actually take this if you're Corey because you're so far out of position, but it's still a 4v4.
Wait, Corey pins back.
He got
trapped. What is going on?
Nash with a 5 million IQ trap there.
Ah,
A lot of ults coming out. They might be able to get the checkpoint here. They're gonna have to probably win 2 or 3 fights in a row here to actually win the map, but we'll see. They might be able to do it actually. With 4 ults coming out against the beat, it's gonna be able to counter out a lot of them, but it's not gonna be able to counter out all 4.
yeah, this is a good fight, but this High Noon could just do it. If you get a really good High Noon here.
Yeah.
Typhoon needs to use this dragon early. I don't know why he's holding it so long. He's
Base
lost a
God
lot of
also with the
space.
visor. Let's see if Base God's able to find the picks with this.
Oh, the tire's
solo
huge.
tire under the High Noon. Willfish finds one. Base God's gotta come up clutch with this with this visor here. Oh, he dies. There's no way.
I don't want to say anything, but I think Corey trolled that.
Corey did troll a little bit there.
I guess
Maybe
this,
just a little bit.
this is why his Ryan privileges were revoked. But, you know, shout out to the Monokumas. You know, they had a huge disadvantage going into it, you know, like 90 meters to like 5, and then they come back and win it. So
Here it is.
insane play from them, yeah. I missed my POV here, but we got it now. Comes in. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
What did all
beautiful.
that damage? I think Typhoon also like dashed through them, so then they got him low.
Maybe.
That was insane. Great play from them. Actually, I think it was a Bastion nade on it.
I think it was, yeah. The Bastion, Nash on the Bastion hit him.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was a very interesting map. We're gonna head to another map break, and we'll be back.
Welcome back for the final map of the series. The return of the Urpil has come in, so now we have a replaced Angel with Corey on the casting desk.
Hello.
Going into Lijiang Tower, one of my favorite maps in the game. A lot of different comps you can run here, a lot of diversity between the maps. A couple of swaps coming in. The Monokumas have gone back to this Nash on tank, Typhoon, and Whelpfish on DPS that they ran on. I believe they ran this on Havana and on Oasis. So maybe this is their Koth lineup they want to use. Urpil comes in on tank, so then they run Cello Guide Neslo on support and Coldbeer on base guide on DPS. So like pretty much the same thing from them, just swapping tanks over. And Nash going back to the D.Va, which he did play a little bit at the beginning of this match. He looked pretty good on the D.Va too. So we'll see if this D.Va with the Pharah, and then I think he's going to go back to the Sojourn here, try to play some sort of like sort of a dive coming out. But with a lot of mobile supports on the Paris paper planes, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually find a target to collapse on. Yes. Okay. So the Pharah coming out. Let's see if he's probably going to look for some boops here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to find anything. Base got on the Tracer. We know he has the legs. Now we get to see the Tracer. Whalefish finds Coldbeer early, which is a really good pick. The Rez doesn't look like he'll be able to come out. Typhoon does get the space out, putting pressure on the back line of the Paris paper planes. Meanwhile, Urpil hits the point with the supports on his back line, but it's still a 4v1. Let's see if they're able to maybe find a pick to equalize here. Coldbeer off of his signature hit scan onto this Echo. Maybe they're expecting the Pharah here to look for Coldbeer to focus. Another big pick for Typhoon onto this on a base god on the Tracer. Coldbeer does dive on a Whalefish here. I don't think they'll be able to get the res off the sleep onto Coldbeer. The res comes out from money, so I think they're going to be able to punish both of them, both Neslo and Coldbeer. Big cleanup from the Monokumas here.
Oh yeah,
no, I guess you're muted. I keep pausing him like he's gonna say something and then he doesn't.
Yeah, it just looks like a little bit of a mismatch in comps from the paper planes. They're not fully committing to one or the other.
Very interesting to have Coldbeer on this Echo. I think personally, Coldbeer's really good on this Widow. I would just probably have him try to duel Typhoon on the Pharmacy.
Yeah, they brought that up on Nibani as an option, but maybe a bit of a regret not doing it that map and doing it now.
Base God swaps onto the Soldier here from the Tracer, which seems to be something he's more comfortable with. Mirage comes out, finds two with it, and meanwhile Whalefish finds Coldbeer.
Yeah, so
another clean fight from the Monokumas.
I think a mistake a lot of people have in this game, especially if you're, lower-ish rank, is that they assume the Pharah is the issue, when the Pharah is just kind of like a little bit of a fly, kind of bugging you. The rest of the issue is the 3 people on the team that are kind of open, right for the taking. And
similar to a lot of Tracer players, they just annoy you, but what you gotta do is you just gotta run over the front line.
Exactly.
Katsuna Rush coming out. Let's see if they're able to actually make something out of that. Val gets forced. Looks like he's gonna try to keep everyone up here. And the paper planes get the point. Urpil falls incredibly low, but it looks like they're going to be able to peel him up. Whalefish pops the overclock. Typhoon and Whalefish combine for 2 total kills. Val gets forced, but I don't think that's going to be enough for them to come back to fight here. The res comes out and gets canceled by the... Maybe Nash booped it out. The cleanup comes out from Typhoon and Nash.
Yeah. So...
And they're not going to be able to touch here.
Yeah, the paper planes are just running a suboptimal comp in order to counter technically 2 heroes in the team, and it did not work. I think they need to see Coldbeer play Sojourn or Cass.
Yeah. Well, Base God's been playing a lot more Soldier, so maybe they keep Base God on the Soldier and then maybe run like a... I think the Sojourn... Oh, you said Sojourn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it said Soldier.
Nah, it's... I messed this up too.
They're just too similar. Yeah, double hit scan coming out from the paper planes, which I think is a good move if they're trying to deal with Typhoon here. But again, they could also just turn their resources into just trying to run over Nash, run over the supports in the backline, and instead just try to basically ignore Typhoon.
Right, especially with an Ana instead of a Kariko, it's very vulnerable.
Very interesting to have the Lucio come out with this D.Va. we'll see if they do something with it. Maybe that's to put pressure on the backline. Maybe they're gonna run a sort of dive to try to maybe punish Witherin on this Ana. Not Witherin, Cello guy on this Ana. Wait,
Wither.
punish Witherin. Yep. I get very confused when there's two characters that are the exact same. Big flank coming out from Typhoon here. Let's see if he's able to find something. Putting a lot of pressure on a base god on the back line. But it looks like they're just staying alive. They have the point presence here, so they should be able to at least stall this fight out. Typhoon does find base god, and Urpel gets demech'd here. So it looks like another fight the Monokumas are able to clean up. Witherin does fall to Coldbeer. Coldbeer gets 2, actually. So it's now a 2v, 3v? Technically a 3v3 here. Remech coming out, but it's just Urpel here, so I think he's gonna just feed more ult charge and it's stagger here probably. If I were him, I'd just fly off the map.
Yeah,
They have the point, yeah.
I mean, I'm not one to talk here about staggering, but
Yeah. There he goes. That's a good fight from the Monokumas. Typhoon got a really big flank, got a lot of value.
yeah.
And then with a Pharah, especially if the Pharah doesn't die, you just win the damage battle and you can just outpoke the enemy team. Purple goes onto the Winston here too. Typhoon barrages and gets 2. I don't know what's going on. I can't imagine what their comm
this
structure
was,
is like
this
right now.
was the Paper Plains map pick, right? Yeah.
Yep.
This is Typhoon's favorite map for
Yeah, it's-
control.
Especially the gardens in this night market's a really good Pharah map. Maybe if they get University, maybe they're just relying on going University and not being able to run the Pharah as well there. But
I think they definitely should have chosen Busan.
if I were them, I would have chosen Nepal. Nepal has a lot of closed-in spaces that are difficult to run the
that
Pharah
too.
against. The Zarya comes out, maybe trying to counter this D.Va. Nano onto the high-charged Urpel in the backline, does find Nash Browns, and he might just be able to walk over the backline here. Typhoon finds Cello guy, but with this the space that Urpel's created right here, he should be able to clean up this fight.
Bunny's not getting a peek. Oh,
Typhoon! Unlucky. Bunny's first death of the map comes off dumping off the map.
with the new GA changes, no one peeked her, and
Yeah, 3 seconds, yeah.
just it was over.
And it's going to be very difficult for them to push in here. They have Visor coming up soon, but I honestly don't even know if that's going to be enough, especially against the Barrage and the Overclock. This might be looking like a
Yep, that's
trade
all he
there.
needed to get. That's all he
Yeah.
needed to get.
with the Overclock here. Let's see if he's able to.
Wait.
There's no way that res came off.
Maybe not. Yep.
And they actually managed to clean that fight up. I know Typhoon was looking to make a play, but he did feed a little bit. He was a little bit too
No,
aggressive
he-
with that barrage. Yeah.
I think he did exactly what you needed to do. There's no reason that res goes off. You win that fight down a tank,
Yeah.
or up a tank, or rather. I don't know. That's just fumbled the bag.
Fumbled the bag. Yep. Nash onto the Ramatra. It's a very interesting swap. I don't think we've seen very much Ramatra this season, actually.
No, they're falling for the trick. No. The Pharah poke to get more space. Yep, there they go.
Oh, he finds
No.
2 with it. That's probably it here. And yeah, the cleanup's just there. Cello guy's still alive, but he's probably going to get picked here, and I don't think they're going to have anyone to touch here.
You can't let them do that when you have 2 really good ults. Echo and Grav.
With that, one of the most interesting maps I have seen goes the way of the Mischievous Monokumas. See, Typhoon did have, I think, a 4K, I believe. Oh, it was this one, yeah. That's a great question.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Li Jing was probably the worst map choice they could have done. So, interesting. play.
Ilios would have been bad.
Yeah. But then you can put cold beer on the hit scan part of the map.
That's true. That's a good point. You'd at least win ruins, right?
Yeah. So who do you guys think for player of the match on the side of the Monokumas?
It's hard to give it to anyone other than Typhoon.
I think before we do that, I just want to give a quick shout out to Bunny for having an exceptional understanding of Mercy beam length. She's
Yeah.
not. She's far enough away where she doesn't get hit by anything, and she's also not losing connection. And that's pretty rare to see. So I just wanted to point that out.
Do you guys think it would be fair to say that Bunny is
get
the best
anything.
Mercy in the league?
Person that consistently plays Mercy, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I agree with that because not a lot. I mean, a lot of people play Mercy, but not a lot of people primarily play Mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did also fall off the map that one time, which is kind of unlucky.
Nah,
But that's like a
that was
team
a
thing.
team
that's
issue.
the teammate's fault.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys just
Who do you
want to
want to
give
get player of the
to
match to?
Typhoon?
Um,
Typhoon did
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, he was definitely the most annoying to play
Okay.
against. So
Hello, Typhoon. You
Yeah,
were
hello,
player
hello.
of the player of the match.
Congratulations on the win, first.
Thank you, thank you.
First question I want to ask you is, what do you think their reasoning for picking Li Zhang was?
Sorry?
What do you think the Paper Plane's reasoning for picking Li Zhang was?
I honestly have no idea. Maybe they had a confidence under his scan to counter. I like, or they kind of wanted to force me on the Pharah, I guess, because like it's kind of expectable that I play Pharah on the Lijiang.
Yeah, maybe they're like, he's gonna play far anyways.
Yeah,
But-
so I think
yeah.
that could be the reason. Like maybe I'm gonna play Pharah on the lead. Oh, I mean I don't play Pharah on some maps, so like probably they thought like they're gonna play Pharah in Lijiang, so we can counter that or something like that. Because like they pulled out Echo and his scan and Tracer and Diva, so I think they were trying to counter me and kind of force me to stay on the Pharah. I don't know. That's what I think.
Does anyone have
Yeah.
any other questions?
How did it feel to win your first game of the season?
Feels great.
Nice.
Honestly, they were good and it was close. So
Yeah.
What went on in between the maps? Because like you went from Numbani, where you just hard steamrolled, to what was the next one, Havana, where it looked like you guys were gonna win, and then you just let the bag slip, fumbled the bag. What goes on in between the maps like that?
I'm not 100% sure. I think Numbani is my strong map, especially the first point. Whether I'm on DPS or tank. I think my team is more comfortable on like a high ground map like Numbani too. So, in general. So yeah, I think that's why we did good on Numbani and Havana. Second point is kind of good for us, so we kind of did good on second point. We kind of not able to push the last fight, but yeah, I think
Yeah, I think
We
you
just-
just did really well. Maybe a bit of a slow start, but I think what you showed here tonight, along with the fact that a lot of you already know each other, I think your team chemistry can put you above some other teams in this league. Just replacing the maybe lack of flexibility or anything else. So
yeah,
that'll be interesting to see going forward.
yeah. Veteran is very flexible, so I think we kind of like able to solve the problem because Veteran plays almost every support, so
There you
and he's
go.
good at it.
I
How
agree.
hyped were you guys in Coliseum when you went from like they had like almost capped the second point onto somehow Corey feeds and you lose the map, or you win the map, Corey feeds and you win the map.
Yeah, like the solo shadow was a little bit personal. I didn't like it.
That happened, and I was with the Angel, and I was like, that was him trying to get in his head,
That was me
sending a message.
more stuff from the Havana game. Really annoying a Genji on that map to me. I can't hit you on Sigma, so
Yeah, yeah. I like when he was behind us, like I didn't want him to cook something, so I just stayed with him. That's honest.
Well, anyways, I have to go take a midterm really soon, so I'll ask the final question. If you had to choose someone else on your team to be player of the match, who would it be?
I'll give to Veteran. Like he was very flexible in support, and I think that kind of helped our team a lot. So
Wither had
Awesome.
some really big nades too.
yep.
Well, GG's, congrats on the win. That'll conclude our stream for the Mischievous Monokumas versus Paris Paper Planes, with the Monokumas winning 3-2. Potentially a little bit of an upset win, but great plays from both teams. Excited to see what they do in future matches. Adios.